Hello, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. If you've been watching my videos, you see that a lot of the stuff that I've predicted has come true. I predicted the virus out of China long before it came out, and I've been predicting for the last year that the market would crash, and now it's crashing. I hope those of you who watched the video that got out of the market are okay. Those who didn't, can't help you now, but someone's saying get used to it. That's what's going to happen for the next few years. There's a downside to everything. So I guess I'm doing a prediction video. I never know when these things are going to pop out. The clues were there all along. There's nothing you can do about your 401k, but if you're a ways from retiring, it'll come back. I don't think it's going to be what it once was, but it'll come back. If you're close to retirement, and this happened to me once where I had a 401k and I was going to retire, and they took their sweet time about giving me the money. And by the time they did, it was practically worthless. So, not worthless. It's worth about half what it was. So be safe with your money. Long-term investments are good. Short-term, if you're locked into an interest rate, CDs, things like that are safe. Everything else is speculation. You might as well be in an alley throwing dice. But I predicted this one. I've been predicting this crash since last year. And those of you who took my advice, you're sitting real well. Those that didn't, this isn't my advice. I don't know anything about it. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. I wish it were my advice. I wish I had a superpower. I could shoot spider webs out and go through the city. No, it's not that. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. People are scared. It's not just one thing. To me, they're saying it's a coronavirus, but my guys are saying it's more than that. It's an underlying disbelief in things right now. That it's not just the coronavirus, because on the one hand we have someone who's supposed to be important telling us coronavirus. Come to my rallies. There's no problem with the coronavirus. And the CDC is saying don't do it. Companies are canceling conventions and things left and right. Why? Because they fear they'll lose their workforce. They get them out. Airplanes are being cut back to certain countries. I know certain airlines won't fly to Italy now, and it'll spread. Or maybe it's France. I think it's Italy. But where it's rampant, we have good health care here. Whatever it is, you can get in to see somebody. Preventative medicine is the best. So keep in shape, eat right, exercise, because the only thing you have is your immune system. If your immune system's good, you're not likely to get it. Or if you get it, it'll be like a lot of these people are getting it for a day or two, and it's not a big deal because their immune system's so strong it just fights it off. And then the antibodies that are create an immunity to it. I'm just rambling on, aren't I? Stick to the point, someone's saying. This is a crisis situation. There's someone saying clearly it's a crisis situation because we've lost faith in the process of government. I think that's true. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Those people who are happy with the government and what they're doing, you're kind of blind. You're being blindsided by all this crazy crap that's going on. And both sides are flinging mud and lying. The chief liars lied about 6,000 times or 16,000 times. The other side's got their crap going as well. It's hard to believe in a government where both sides are lying to you. They didn't used to, or at least if they did, we didn't know about it. But now we have all these fact checkers. So some guy says something, they research and say, that's not really true. Maybe we were better off ignorant. Patience. The thing to do now is wait. but I believe this was inevitable, and I think it's evolving as it should, or my guys think that this is a normal evolution of things. Um, Smarter heads will prevail in this. Stupid people who say that these things don't exist, good luck with that. And this guy should be worried about catching it himself. He seems to be exposing himself a lot. And there's no shot for it. There's no vaccine. There's nothing. You're just out there. So I want to say that about all of our governmental people. They need to, and police and fire department, all the people that we depend upon. Um, be safe out there. I know you can't prevent who you come in contact with, but if you think you've got it, go see your doctor. I did yesterday because I had a little cold and I wanted to know what it was. He said, well, it's just a little cold, but be on top of it. Um, my guys are calling that scheduled maintenance. That periodically I need to go to the doctor for scheduled maintenance. They don't really do anything, but they check everything. And if I need to make an adjustment in what I'm doing, then they help me with that. Uh, Doctors in this country are very good, and the nurses are terrific. I, I meet them all the time. Some of the best in the world. Very dedicated, uh, very knowledgeable. Nurse practitioners, nurses aides. That whole section there is the what the glue that holds our healthcare system. Not the doctors, but the support staff is really what holds our system together. And I've been in and out of a lot of hospitals in the last 3 or 4 years, and they're just terrific people. Um, Someone's saying axe to grind. I don't have an axe to grind here. I just want you all to be safe. Um, the stock market is going to continue to slide in the near future. Long term, it's good. Um, Many people sort of predicted this. I'm being told because I don't read Money Matters or anything like that. Um, I've been out all morning. I came in. The first thing I said, well, I better look at money because I bet it crashed again, and it did. Um, what happens is the market goes down, and then those who are looking for a bargain basement opportunity, they buy into that drop, thinking it'll go up, and it does temporarily. And those who hold on to it, they lose it again, or even worse. Those that get out, they make a little money, and that's what the roller coaster is about. It's natural occurrence for bottom feeders. Oh, that stock's down to $6. Let me buy some of that. And then the stock disappears down to $1 and they lose all that money. Or it goes up to 10, they sell it, they make a lot of money. But it's foolish to continue to do that. And I eventually think that it'll bottom out somewhere lower than what it is now, lower than what they predict it to be. I think it'll be lower than what they predict it to be. You know, the economy's strong, but it's sort of crumbling at the edges. A lot of big chain stores closing, truckers are out of work. Don't panic. This is just a cycle we're going through. Panic is what you can't do. This is a sit and wait. My guys are saying this is a sit and wait and see which way things go. Be careful with your money. Very loud. Be careful with your money. A certain percentage of us are going to get this coronavirus. Those who don't seek treatment, a lot of them will die. Those who just take ordinary precautions should be fine. And something about washing your hands and don't touch your face. Um, Wash your hands often. Not the sanitizer crap, because I don't think that has an effect on this. I think it probably eats that sanitizer, but regular soap and water and rinsing, and whenever you're out for the day, don't touch your eyes or your mouth or your nose or anything because that's how it's getting in. You touch someone who sneezed someplace, then you touch your eye, well, you've got it, even though you weren't even there when they sneezed. So, ordinary precautions. In America, sometimes we're really good at ordinary precautions. Sometimes we just don't believe it because some idiot told us this isn't a problem. Yeah, it is. Uh, um, Not so much in this country, but countries who do not have good health care. Or those countries that everybody says how great their health care is, and then you get sick and you stand in line for 4 days. So, yeah, it's free, but there's a long line and limited doctors because they don't want to work there because there's no money in working there. So, and it's subsidized by your taxes anyway. It's not free. But in this country, we pay for health care. We've got really good, um, if you can get to a nurse or a nurse practitioner, they're terrific. Um, they took one look at me and knew I didn't have whatever it was. I don't know what they were looking for, but as I walked through the hall, they all eyeballed me pretty strong and come nothing. And the one thing I want to warn about is don't start pointing the finger. Don't start saying it's this administration or it's that guy or it's Obama did it or Bush did it. This is a naturally reoccurring condition that occurs in countries who aren't safe and clean. And the way they butcher their animals, the way they cook it, the way they present it is all where all these flus and viruses are coming from. They don't originate here. They just blow with the wind and we end up with them. But this is a normal cycle. Flu-like symptoms is what you're going to feel. It's a flu-like symptom. So a lot of hydration, normal stuff. We haven't seen any cases here in Texas, but they're everywhere. Anyway, you might want to rewatch some of these videos where I did some predictions because they're all coming true. I don't know what's in them. I do these things, but I don't watch them. Sounds strange, doesn't it? I write books and I don't read them. I only read them when I'm editing them. After that, I never look at them again. Someone says, oh, I can't. So you might want to revisit those videos that are warnings about things, volcanoes and all kinds of stuff. I can remember volcanoes. I can't remember the rest of it, but the virus, someone sent me a little thing saying you got that right. And then I started looking and said, yeah, I did say a virus out of China. So, and it was a while ago, it's last year or something. Behave yourself, be good to each other, be kind to each other. If you have a neighbor that's in trouble, help them out. Don't risk exposure if you don't have to. Everything's going to slow down. It's kind of zooming along now, but everything's sort of the economy, people, fear, the sky is falling. Everything's going to kind of slow down for a while, and then it'll straighten out. We'll get a vaccine out, hopefully before the end of the year. A lot of people will get the vaccine. We're better protected in this country. And other countries, I see I've never been to another country, so I wouldn't know, but there are other countries that have great health care. And our country is going to be sending help that way. Just as in Australia, when they had those fires, American firefighters got on planes and went down there to fight a fire. That's just the nature of firemen. They love a fire. They love to put them out. So they like helping people. The same with this. We'll send help wherever anybody asks for it. Isn't it amazing? There's a suspension of hatred when something attacks everybody. It's like the real human spirit comes out, where we, someone's using the word sanctify. I have no idea what that means. Never used the word. But someone's in trouble, we like to help out. And we're in the nation that does a lot of that. I mean, we give to a lot of things, except the scam online that I just got a call a minute ago about the IRS saying that my Social Security number has been suspended and blah, blah, blah. And the guy can barely speak English and he's saying from the IRS. And I call him and I said, blah, blah, 2 words. Call me back. I called him back and said, blah, blah. Hung up real quick. So don't fall for the scams. This is not a scam. Coronavirus is true. We need to help each other out. Americans are very good at that. We call someone calls us where people get on a plane. If we had the vaccine now, we'd be giving the stuff away. So The test is about to come, someone's saying. We're about to be tested as a nation, as a people, as an individual human being. And how we respond to that will define us for a long period of time. The next 50 years will be defined by how we respond to this crisis. These have happened in history before, and we didn't do too well because we didn't know what we were doing. Today we do. How we respond will define us as a people, as individual humans for the next 50 years. People will be saying, you remember that? We did that right, or we did it badly. I tend to think we'll do well. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.